Hello friends, today we will read Chapter 1 from the novel Black Beauty, written by Sewell. Friends, before reading the chapter, let me introduce you something more about the writer Sewell. Sewell was born on 30th March 1820 in Yarmouth in England. She had a younger brother, Philip. Their parents were kind and gentle people. Anna's mother wrote children's books and poetry, and she taught Anna to love history, animals, and nature. Anna fell when she was a young girl, and she never walked correctly again. But she could drive a horse and a carriage. She loved horses when she was a child, and after she read an essay about animals, she wanted to do something to help them. So she decided to write stories that could teach people about kindness to horses. Anna also taught at Sunday school and helped her mother with her books. She was in her 50s when she had the idea to write a book about horses, and she wrote Black Beauty in 1877. At that time, many used a check rein on their horses. A check rein is a thin leather strap that keeps the horses' heads up very high. It was a cruel way to make the horses look handsome, and it was very painful for them. Anna wrote Black Beauty in the last 8 years of her life to show people how horses suffer from this. The book helped to put an end to it. Anna Sewell did not marry or have children. Black Beauty was published just before she died on 25th April 1878. Friends, now let's know the characters in the story. Mary Lakes, Ginger, Black Beauty, Captain, Joy Green and John, Squire Gordon, Jerry Barker and Reuben Smith, Willie and Mr. Thorogood. Chapter 1, My Early Years. When I was a young colt, I lived with my mother on a big farm. I remember a big green field with a pond in the middle of it and beautiful green trees all around. There was a small wood and a brook too. On one side of the field, past the gate, was our master's house. My mother and I ran together in the field, and when it was hot, we stood under the trees where it was cool. Sometimes I ran with the other young colts in the field, and we had great fun together. Some of them were almost as big as grown-up horses, but one time when we kicked a little as we played, my mother whinnied me to come to her. Listen to what I say to you. The colts here are good colts, but they do not have good manners. You do have good manners, and I don't want you to learn bad ways. Do your work well and lift your feet high when you trot. And remember, never bite or kick, even when you are playing. My mother, Duchess, was a wise horse, and we were the master's favorites. He called me Darky because my color was black, even though I had one white foot and a white star on my forehead. We had a fine and happy life in those days. When I was 4 years old, my master sold me to Squire Gordon. He lived near our farm, and early in May a man came and took me there. My master said goodbye to me. Be a good horse, Darky, and always do your best. Then my mother said her last words to me. Remember, my dear son, there are good men like our master, and there are cruel men. I hope you will always have a good master, but a horse can never know who will buy him. Just do your best. Squire Gordon's home was near the village of Birtwick. It was a great big house with a big iron gate in front of it and lots of apple trees. A long road went up to the house and gardens. There was a big field where we horses could run and play. John, the coachman, put me in a nice bright stable where I could talk to other horses and see outside too. In the box next to me there was a fat little grey pony with a thick mane and tail, a very pretty head and a cute little nose. I said, "Hello, how do you do? What is your name?" He looked at me and held up his head. "My name is Merrylegs. I carry the young ladies and sometimes I take our mistress out too. If you are going to live next door to me, I hope you do not bite." Then I saw a tall chestnut mare with a beautiful long neck. Her name was Ginger, and when she looked at me and spoke, she was angry. "So, it is you." They gave my box to. It isn't very nice for a colt to send a lady from her home. I was a little surprised. "Excuse me, but I did not send you from your home, and I do not like angry words. A man brought me here and put me in this box, and I am not a colt. I am 4 years old and quite grown up." In the afternoon, when Ginger went out, Merrylegs told me about her. "I think she is unhappy because she bites sometimes. Perhaps someone hurt her before she came here. You know, maybe they used a whip on her. But John is very kind to her, and a master never uses a whip, so she shouldn't say anything." The next day, the squire rode me. He was a good rider and kind too. When we came home, Mrs. Gordon was at the front door. "Well, my dear, How do you like him? I never rode a nicer animal. What do you think we should call him? Well, he is beautiful and his black coat is so fine. Why don't we call him Black Beauty? Black Beauty? Why, yes, I think that is a very good name. And so it was. Thank you. Bye bye. Have a great day.